Welcome to Spire TV, where we bring you the best, the brightest in the music and entertainment industry. And today is no different. We have the amazing Howard Hewett. He's got a new project out, but I'm going to bring him in and let him tell you all about it. Thank you for being here today. I'm so glad to have you with us. And so we have you here. We're going to do a Hot 15. We're going to be in and out, but you have a new amazing project. And I want you to tell the people about your project. And I'm going to come behind. I have a couple of questions that I want to ask you. But tell them about the new project that you have out.
Well, actually, the new project, the project's called "To Thee I Pray." The song is called "To Thee I Pray." It's the video that's out with it as well. And "To Thee I Pray" is actually a song that I wrote and recorded. You can hear the original version of it on the Allegiance album, the last album I did with Electra back in the day. So I wrote the lyrics like 30 plus years ago, and unfortunately they're still ringing true today, because back then it was a call to examine ourselves, to to look at the way that we're treating each other, and a lot of things that we try to, that we try to rectify ourselves. The one way to rectify it, the only way to rectify it, and everything that needs to be up front is "To Thee I Pray." Is to understand where we are as people, and how we should be treated as people. The one thing that I think, one of the golden rules that would be, if people would adhere to it and would eliminate a whole lot of stuff, would be, if we treat each other the way that we would want to be treated. Some of the things that are being done, the Ahmaud Arbery trial, those cats that hunted him down basically and killed him. Would they want that to be done to them? Would they want one of their loved ones to be hunted down and shot just because they're jogging through somewhere, just because somebody doesn't, respond to what you wanting to talk to them, just because they wanted to talk to him, doesn't mean that he, wanted to talk to them. It's a two-way street. So, but now one person is dead, and the other three are sitting, with their lives situation going on in a trial. Whereas if they just would have minded their own business, like most people do, we wouldn't be here, and so, that's "To Thee I Pray" is basically a call for us to examine our lives, for us to examine, what we are, what we're about, and how we relate to each other. That's the most important thing.
I love that. I've been following, there's this group on Clubhouse. This has been following the trial, and it's been very interesting because it's lawyers, it's prosecutors. They even had Ahmaud mother on there as well. So what you're saying is so apt. And I think about this song, set to be another classic, "To Thee I Pray." I think about, even with Marvin Gaye, "What's Going On?" That was written so many years ago, but it's still apt. And "To Thee I Pray" covers those things. I did get a chance to watch the video and all the things that you are bringing up in the video and showing. And at this point, we do have to pray. We do have to put it, bring a higher power into the situation. Mm-hmm. Now, what struck me when I was reading and listening to the song, what struck me was that one of your other mega hits is "Say Amen." So do you think kind of crossing that street between R&B and soul, and are we looking for the next gospel album?
Is what now? Where's the gospel album?
Yes.
Well, there's a gospel album. I call it inspirational. Even "Say Amen" to me is not a gospel song. It's an inspirational song. And I say that very respectfully because, I come from gospel. I come from 10 years old. I started singing 10 years old till I was about 15 in the gospel field. And but see, gospel is a whole nother emotion, I believe. Like gospel is like James Cleveland, Shirley Caesar, Albertina Walker and the Caravans when Shirley was with them. Pilgrim Jubilees, Five Blind Boys, Alabama, Volunteers, Soul Stirs, all that's gospel. That's gospel. So inspirational to me, say amen is inspirational, and especially To Thee I Pray. And I did a complete inspirational album. I forget what year it was, but it's been some years ago. But it's called The Journey, and I think that people, if you look that up, research that whole thing. I think your listeners would dig it, would really enjoy it. But it's called The Journey.
Well, we will definitely look that up because in times like this, we need inspiration. We
Yes.
need something to look forward and for people to keep making good music. Now, when you were talking about all those groups, boy, that took me back. I'm a church girl, so I grew up singing. I'm really dating myself now. So when I was 4 years old, Edward Hawkins, it was a children's choir though. I wasn't in the he had a children's choir and I had a chance to be on that album. So way back there somewhere, if you pull up that children's album, my little squeaky voice is on there somewhere. So I love what you're talking about for sure. So we're here and we're doing this interview during the holiday season, right before Thanksgiving. And no matter what you feel about Thanksgiving, some people celebrate and some people don't, and I respect that. But what is one thing in your life that you're thankful for?
Oh man, that's easy. That's my kids, my grandkids, my family. Those are the things that really that really make up a life. You know what I'm saying? And then comes your career and the type of integrity excuse me, that you're allowed to put into as far as your career is concerned. So I thank God for that. I always say, like this is not my career. This is God's career. This is His career. So, but that's an easy one as far as being thankful, for all your loved ones, the friends that you've been allowed to come into your life, the really good friends and even the bad friends, because that makes you, you know, set up where you are in your life as far as a lot of things are concerned. So, yeah. So and I understand. I said just a minute ago in another interview that I did before this, it was like, you the things that we were raised up to think about Thanksgiving with the turkey and the pilgrims and all that kind of stuff. Now, I'm not really a big fan of cancel culture, but I think we should cancel those out. Just like we got the 411 on Christopher Columbus, and so we understood no, that wasn't something to celebrate. You don't celebrate the attempt to an attempted genocide. You don't celebrate that. So, but as far as Thanksgiving, let's take it into the position where we're thankful for, our families, for our loved ones, and for our friends, and for all that. And that's what I think about, when I think about Thanksgiving.
Absolutely. And like anything else, you have to take it and make it your own. And we know that we're not celebrating that, but it is a time, and we should be thankful every day. But it is a
Every day.
time to be together with friends and family, especially in the times that we're living here. So, did the pandemic or anything like that have anything to do with you? You said you've been sitting on this for 30 years.
Yeah.
So, did the pandemic have anything to do with you saying, hey, this is the right time for To Thee I Pray?
We thought about the pandemic, of course, but this is a song that that can come out with, because you think about so many other things as far as like George Floyd is concerned, that whole situation. You think about where we are, you know, as far as these trials that are going on now, as far as where excuse me, where to put uh the Black Lives Matter organization in your life and all that kind of stuff, and because there's a lot of stuff about that we have to look at, and we have to really, you know, weigh, you know, again, and come up with the right place, which I, for lack of a better, you know, way maybe to describe it, the right place to place that whole situation. But you know, there's so many things that can, you know, the pandemic, of course, was you know, pertinent in the decision, because we did the flip, because we flipped the song. You know, it's not the original version. You know, it's the original lyrics and the melody as far as the lyrics are concerned. But as far as the track is concerned, I did the track with these young cats. They're a writing team called Wave 3 Pop. And so, like, you know, we did the a flip on it, and but it's placed, you know, now is the time as far as like looking at all kind of different things, and looking at all, it was inspired by a lot of different things that are going on now.
Okay. Hey, everyone. We had a little technical difficulties. We're not going to let that stop us. We were here with Howard Hewett talking about his new project, and you got to go out and get it. It's on Kivia. You can download it. We're definitely going to send a link when we post this of where you can meet him. Everyone, we're right before the holidays, so everyone have an awesome holidays. This is Renata Ray from Spire TV. We'll see you next time.